What inanimate object do you not get along with? Printers. They can sense your fear. As a former IT support guy, the first can categorically state that all printers are angry robots that hate humans. My home one is a color laser that I got for £15 from a charity shop. Hopefully the fact that it's an abandoned one that I rescued should mean it's grateful for being rehomed and less angry. I have a wireless one for about $30. For some reason, it decided to like me. I'm not gonna question it. I'm just going to thank Satan and keep feeding the sucker pricey ink. Bluetooth. Searching, device not found, refresh, searching, turning Bluetooth off, searching, hit keyboard device, pairing, use pin 637473, connecting, unsuccessful, thank you. My super expensive Bluetooth headset for work is supposed to manage both a phone and a computer connection at the same time, but instead decides to both up when I'm on a call with my boss. I got a set of wireless earbuds and the things would just not connect to each other over my phone. Left them in my work van for a week and suddenly the right one started working. Don't know if the left one does. I'm deaf in that ear so I'll never use it anyway. Our granite coffee table. It likes to eat shins and kneecaps and it doesn't budge a millimeter when it does so. Even if you just barely nick the corner, you're in for a bad day. I have permanent shin dents from it. The phrase granite coffee table makes my shins hurt just thinking about it. The TV remote. You press a button twice and it thinks you pressed it 100 times. You aim it at the TV and it thinks you're aiming it at the window. I swear mine queues up commands when it's not pointed perfectly, and then when you finally get it in the right spot it just unloads all of them at once. Umbrellas. I hate carrying them around and prefer to have both my hands unoccupied. Slight change in wind and bam, now you have useless junk and you're still wet. When did we start talking about the sinks with no touch sensors for water and soap at my work? It's a battle to receive a squirt of soap and then it's a battle keeping the water running long enough to wash it off. I always end up doing a stupid dance back and forth waving my arms around trying to make it sense me. Yes. Then when you finally trigger it, you start washing and it quickly decides, okay, that's enough for you. Next, that 1 teaspoon in the drawer that I dislike for no reason at all. That potato masher that always gets caught when I try to close the drawer. I felt this in my bones. That potato masher. Spoons with different pattern with the others. It is so validating to hear someone else say that. My alarm clock. Well, excuse me for doing the exact thing you bought me for. Alarm clock. Furniture, specifically the corners of furniture. They don't quite agree with my toes. I lost 11 toes so far due to furniture. These ain't taking my 12th toe. WAAAIT a minute. Vacuums. I have such an unfound hatred for them. Are you a cat? Latex. I'm allergic to it. Even touching it makes my hand feel it's on fire. I have to be very careful not to touch it, and you'd be surprised the amount of things that have latex in them. Me too. This is so horrible, and most of the time you have no idea what has latex in it until you have a reaction bit. At preschool, well in high school, and we were making igloos out of powdered Tide with the kids, and when that stuff got all over my hands it burned like crazy. I just thought it was because I had sensitive skin and it was laundry soap, so I washed my hands. But once my hands were clear of soap, they were fire truck red and swelling, both hands burning like the pits up. One of my classmates took me to the nurse because my teacher didn't want me going alone. My hands were shaking and the swelling had reached my wrists and part way up my forearms. The nurse drenched my hands in Benadryl and made me sit in her office for an hour until my hands had returned to normal. Turns out, there's bits of latex in powder Tide, which are deactivated when actually used while doing laundry, but because I was playing in it, it was the most severe skin reaction I've ever had. Another time, in high school, we were making a video and my classmate had bought latex balloons. I told him I was allergic, so he kept them away from me in the off room, but on the day of our practice shoot, the balloons were spread throughout the hallways and I couldn't get away from them. They kept touching me and I kept batting them away. Then all the other students kept popping them in the halls. There were no windows, so this filled the halls with all that latex dust and pieces of pop balloons. It got so overwhelming, I was actually struggling to breathe and my mouth, tongue were going numb. Went to the nurse, she gave me some O2 to breathe and had me put Benadryl on my lips. Another hour in her office. I told our principal what had happened and he made an announcement that all balloons had to stay out of my hallways and could only be popped inside. And if any popped inside, the student popping them would be punished. Thankfully, no more were popped inside on the actual day of shooting our video, but that was the first and only time I've had latex affect my breathing. People have no idea how scary this allergy actually is. Do you wear an allergy bracelet? I imagine if you ended up in the hospital with such a severe allergy, it would be good for the EMT doctors to know not to use latex. I'm 28 and can't use cling wrap. Update. Thanks for all the messages of support, you guys, but I made peace with my incompetence a long time ago. XX. I refuse to buy cling wrap. Every single time I've attempted to use cling wrap has been a failure. It makes me irrationally angry. I'm 31. I gave up on cling film years ago. Now I just use those Ziploc bags or Tupperware. I'm really showing my age with this one, but landline phones. I hate hearing them ring. I hate the sense of urgency, as suddenly I have dropped whatever I'm doing to go answer it. For some reason, not answering a landline phone was not an option. It wasn't. Goddamn pencil sharpeners. I swear every time I use one the lead always snaps out and it's so annoying. Sometimes I actually use scissors to whittle it to a point. 2 words: mechanical pencil. Pencil sharpeners are one of those things that left-handed people really struggle with, so I've been using mechanicals exclusively for 25 years. How do you struggle with a pencil sharpener as a lefty? Scissors me up. Also games. Having to remap all buttons to the arrow keys and around it because I am super lefty and even use my mouse with my left hand. Spider webs. It's so annoying when my face runs into one. I am walking in them because I'm not home right now, so leave a message and I'll call you back. What? Fitted bed sheets. Although great while on the bed, they turn into when comes the time to fold them and put them away, but also when they start coming off your bed after a night's sleep. Weary face. My Roomba. It randomly follows scheduled cleaning and it regularly gets stuck on a cliff for no reason and then bothers me at work with texts pleading for help. It also has issues finding its space to recharge and gets wedged under that one chair. It is by far the stupidest smart home device I own, and I own dozens. My cousin gave it to me as a Christmas present, and I swear to this day that she knew it'd be a complete joke and frustrate me constantly. My mission for the next 7 months or so is to find something that seems great at first, but that will annoy the ever-living out of her daily so I can gift it to her this Christmas. I'm open to suggestions. If your cousin has young kids, Yelly's voice-activated spider toys. They move towards sounds and move faster the louder the sound. Holy, that's the best thing I've ever heard of to freak the ever-living out of someone. Comment saved. Thank you, stranger. Sewing machines. They are my enemy. Okay, seriously, bobbins. Can't wind them for. Super hard to put them in and get the thread to come up through the little hole. Always turn into a rat's nest for no reason. Area rugs. You step on them the wrong way and poof, it's fucked forever. Good luck getting it back in that perfect spot again. Get a mat for underneath. Yeah, no, a rug mat. It will help tremendously. Worth every penny. Good luck. Noticing that the rug is a half-inch further from the wall than the other corner drives me nuts. That foldable mini table. I swear it has a vendetta against me. Doorknobs, man, I have a near constant bruise on my forearm from smacking into them. Printers. Me has a black and white document printer. I want magenta me, but it's black and white printer. I want magenta. The shower control. The water temperature is either too hot or too cold. Can rarely find that sweet spot in the control setting where it's just right. Shower curtains. Especially the plastic ones. They're always all over me when I am most vulnerable. Can't stop touching me. Won't stop even when I tell them to. Pervs. Doorknobs. Do you have perpetually greased hands? Don't you? Keys. It always takes me at least 2 tries to unlock the door. Motherfucking mannequins. Creepy things. I hate mannequins. I always try to avoid them in the stores. This goes for poorly kept animatronics. Mannequins at theme parks or museums. Hate those things. Gives me the creeps. The Bluetooth on my car stereo. What's the point on turning on auto pairing if you never even bother to search for my phone when I turn the car on and I have to click your connection on my phone to remind you that it exists? It mostly works, but I swear it can sense when I'm already feeling off because it always chooses days that I've had an awful work day or I'm feeling sick or whatever to not work. Auto flushing toilets. Those things. I swear they just want to splash water on my all throughout my and then finally they decide to not flush when I actually need them to. Printers, my goodness. I've been waiting for the iPhone of printers where everything just works and connects and prints. For I don't know how many years now. We have the techie. Why do sucky printers still exist? Buy a medium-priced laser printer, even or especially if you print only every other week or month or so. I got my brother laser printer 5 years ago. So far there was no paper jam and it works flawlessly with third-party toner. Those cheap inkjets which are cheaper than replacement ink and rot in can openers. Thank God for ring pulls. I go out of my way to buy things with the ring pulls, not because I can't operate my can opener, but because my cat, who has never been fed anything out of a can that needed a can opener, somehow knows what one is and the subtle sound of one being picked up from a drawer, and come running and screaming for my vegetarian chili or whatever it is he thinks I have. For someone who actively cultivates an aura of, oh, whoops, I'm too stupid to know any better, he sometimes shows his true colors. Anything I try to move, example, cardboard boxes will roll when I want them to slide, somehow become magnetic and get caught on everything when I try to simply move them past stuff, etc. Whatever makes a simple task harder. Anything waist high in the kitchen that rips my headphones out. Also, headphones with cords. I run the headphone cords down my back inside my sweatshirt. I run it under my shirt, but somehow a small loop always hangs out and the kitchen finds a way. The sides of door frames. I'm pretty broad-shouldered and manage to bump into them quite often. Super creepy Alexa things, or whatever they're called. All of them. Amazon Echo, Google Home, clothes hangers. They tangle into knots when I simply look at them. USBs. Why are they always in the most inconvenient spot to plug in, and why do I have to try 13x to plug it in? USB-C is an absolute treasure. What else do I have to explain? Umbrellas for a short girl like me at 5'2". I make everyone around me blind. They also don't keep you dry, and are a general nuisance. Dried lotus pods. We've got one spoon in our drawer that is different from the others. I refuse to use it. Cupboard doors that hit me in the head as I get up. My door that can't close properly. Rolls of tape or toilet paper. I can never to get it started without tearing the out of it and being wasteful. Jumbo office copiers. They're the devil. Get jammed. Print 1,000 copies when you just wanted 10. Can't print labels. Horrid. There's a single teaspoon in our cutlery drawer that's slightly shorter than the rest and I have an irrational hatred towards it for no good reason. Walls. I run into them a lot. My shower curtain. I'll be minding my own business and that decides to reach out and wrap around my leg for no reason. God, I hate it so much. Wires and cables in every way, shape or form. Also cellophane foil. Ugh.